Hey yogis, it's Amy. Welcome back. Your flow today is a yoga flow for the spine. We are going to focus on moving the spine in 6 different directions. So we'll be arching and rounding the back like you would do in cat and cow. We will also be moving the spine laterally from side to side, stretching along the side body. And we are also going to focus on gentle twisting through the spine. So you are going to get your spine nice and warm and supple here with this flow. So grab your mat, meet me back here, and we will get started. We will start by coming to child's pose. Bring your great toes together to touch behind you. Take your knees out just a bit wider than your torso. And as you exhale, send your hips back to rest over your heels, melting your heart down toward the mat. Go ahead and extend your hands out in front of you here. Palms are facing down. Bringing your forehead to rest on the mat. So here in child's pose, bring your mind to your breath and settle into this space. Colossians 3, beginning in verse 12. Put on then, as God's chosen ones, holy and beloved, compassionate hearts, kindness, humility, meekness, and patience, bearing with one another, and if one has a complaint against another, forgiving each other, as the Lord has forgiven you, so you also must forgive. And above all these, put on love, which binds everything together in perfect harmony. And let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, to which indeed you were called in one body, and be thankful. As you inhale, bring your right hand past the right side of your mat. Left hand will slide over as well, resting on top of the right hand. Breathing into the left side body as you begin to lengthen your torso. And inhale your hands back to center. As you exhale, your left hand will come past the left side of your mat. Right hand follows to rest on top of the left. Breathing now into that stretch along your right side body. Next inhale brings you back to center. Take one more deep cleansing inhale and exhale here. And as you inhale again, walk your hands in towards your body, bringing your knees together so that you come to kneel on your shins. Spine is long, pressing the crown of your head toward the top of your space. Bring your hands behind you, interlacing them behind the base of your spine. Gentle neck stretches back and forth here. Your right ear will come to your right shoulder. As you exhale, roll your chin down toward your chest, and then bring your left ear over toward the left shoulder. Roll back and forth here, moving as quickly or as slowly as you need to get into these muscles in your neck and shoulders. Lots of breath here as you move back and forth. Good. Next inhale releases the neck, coming back to a neutral spine. Release your hands as well, moving into eagle arms for a nice back and shoulder stretch here. You're going to bring your left hand in front of your face. Your arm is bent at a right angle. Elbow is pretty much right in line with your chin. Right elbow will stack above the left elbow. The backs of your forearms and the backs of your palms will be reaching for each other, if not touching. And then if you want to take this deeper, you can wrap your forearms, bringing the palms of your hands together to touch. So you likely are feeling the stretch along the back of the shoulders and into the upper back. Adding some movement here, keeping your arms where they are. As you inhale, lift your heart and your gaze up toward the ceiling, taking a gentle arch in the back. And then as you exhale, you will reverse this, rounding the spine, bringing your elbows down towards your belly, tucking your chin in towards your chest. Good. Inhale, lift it back up, arching the back, hands, chest, and gaze. Lift upwards slightly. Exhale, round the back, tucking everything in. One more time. Inhale, lift everything up, arching the back. And exhale, round in. Inhale, lift back up to a neutral spine. Gently unwind your arms. Bring your right hand to your right thigh. Left fingertips come behind you. Gentle twist over to the left. Beautiful. Inhale, gently unwind. Eagle arms again. Right arm comes in front of your face. Your elbow is bent, and that elbow is right in line with your chin. Left elbow stacks over the right elbow. The backs of your forearms and the backs of your hands are pressing toward each other. Maybe wrap the hands so that your palms touch. Find your breath here, and then as you inhale, lift your chest and your gaze up toward the ceiling, arching the back, and exhale, round forward again. Inhale, arches your back. Exhale, rounds forward. Inhale, last time, arch your back. And exhale, round in. Next, inhale brings you back to a neutral spine. Release your hands. Left hand to the right thigh, right hand behind you. Inhale, lengthening your spine. And exhale, twist gently over to the right. Good. Inhale, gently unwind this, coming back to a neutral spine. Go ahead and release your feet from beneath you, coming into an easy seated pose. Settle in here, bring your mind back to your breath. Put on then as God's chosen ones, holy and beloved, compassionate hearts, kindness, humility, meekness, and patience, bearing with one another, and if one has a complaint against another, forgiving each other, as the Lord has forgiven you, so you also must forgive. And above all of these, put on love, which binds everything together in perfect harmony. And let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, to which indeed you were called in one body, and be thankful. As we continue to move and breathe, we are going to reflect on each of those words individually. So starting with some gentle side bends from your easy seated pose, your left hand will come to the left side of your mat. As you inhale, lift the right hand high, and exhale, bend over to the left, keeping that right arm engaged and strong. Your left shoulder and your left hip are drawing toward each other, allowing you to lengthen along the right side of your body. So as you stretch here, think about the word compassion. What does compassion look like? How does someone with a compassionate heart act and behave? Next, inhale lifts you back up to a neutral spine, releasing the right hand to the mat. So as you exhale, your right hand is past the right side of your mat. Inhale, lift the left arm high. Exhale, bend over to the right. This time the right shoulder and the right hip are drawing together. Left torso is open and that left arm is active and engaged. Now think about kindness. Inhale and exhale the word kindness. Humility. Inhale, lift back up to your neutral spine. Releasing both hands to the mat in front of you, come forward to table pose. Cat and cow pose here, flowing back and forth between the two. As you inhale, you will come to cow pose. Belly drops down toward the mat as your gaze and your heart shine forward. And then cat pose as you exhale, tucking your tailbone beneath you, rounding your spine, and bringing your chin toward your chest. Every inhale takes you to cow pose. Every exhale takes you to cat. Bring your awareness now to the word meekness and patience. Put on then, as God's chosen ones, holy and beloved, compassionate hearts, kindness, humility, meekness, and patience. Your next inhale will bring you back to a neutral spine. Walk your hands forward away from your body, lowering down onto your forearms, and then bringing your torso all the way down to the mat. So lifting up to Sphinx pose. Your forearms are on the mat and palms are facing down. Fingers are strong and spread wide. Slide your elbows forward so that they line up beneath your shoulders. And with your next inhale, you will press into your forearms, lifting your chest off the mat. Lots of breath here, really focusing right now on lengthening your spine up toward the top of the room. Take your gaze over your left shoulder and then over your right shoulder and back to center. Put on then, as God's chosen ones, holy and beloved, compassionate hearts, kindness, humility, meekness, and patience, bearing with one another, and if one has a complaint against another, forgiving each other, as the Lord has forgiven you, so you also must forgive. So in addition to compassionate hearts, kindness, humility, meekness, and patience, we add forgiveness. One more deep inhale, and as you exhale, you will send your hips up and back over your heels for child's pose. So great toes touch behind you again. This time, keep your knees in together, rounding your torso over your thighs, allowing you to stretch along the spine. Your forehead will come down toward the mat to rest on the mat or a block if you need it. compassionate hearts, kindness, humility, meekness, patience, forgiveness. And above all these, put on love, which binds everything together in perfect harmony. With your next exhale, walk your hands in towards your body, coming back to kneel on your shins. And then send your legs in front of you, taking your legs wide, making the shape of a V with your lower body. In this wide angled stance, your feet are flexed, toes are pointing up toward the ceiling, spine is long. And as you exhale, walk your fingertips away from your body, hinging from your hips, folding forward gently into this stretch. Next inhale walks your hands back in toward your body. Bringing your left hand to the mat in front of you. Inhale, sweep the right hand high. And exhale, bend over to the left, just like we did before, lengthening along the right side of the body. So if it's available to you, you can reach your right fingers all the way over to grab the left toes. In this side body stretch, you want to focus on keeping the heart open. Right shoulder stays stacked over the left shoulder. You can help this by taking your gaze up toward the ceiling. One more full breath here. And your next inhale lifts you back up to a neutral spine. Right hand comes to the mat in front of you. Exhale here. Inhale, lift the left hand high. As you exhale, bend over to the right, lengthening that left side of your body. Again, maybe reaching all the way over to grab the right toes if that's available to you. Remember to keep your heart open. Take your gaze up to the ceiling. Maybe drop that right hand behind your head to allow you to maintain openness across the front of your heart. One more deep breath here. Next inhale lifts you back up to your neutral spine. Exhale your legs together in front of you. And preparing for fish pose, bring the palms of your hands behind you, fingertips pointing back towards your body, resting your sacrum just between each hand. So you will lower back onto your forearms here. Keep your elbows lined up under your shoulders as much as possible. Heart is going to open up toward the ceiling as you recline back. Maybe take your gaze up toward the ceiling as well, or maybe allow the back of your skull to drop back toward the mat, fully opening across the front of your body. And let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, to which indeed you were called in one body, and be thankful. If you have allowed your head to drop back, as you inhale, bring your neck back to a neutral alignment. Move your elbows out away from your body and gently lower your back down onto the mat. Once you are resting on your mat, your left leg will stay on the mat. Bring that right knee in toward your chest. Right arm comes to the mat beside you. Really focusing right now on keeping the right shoulder pinned to the mat. Now, as you exhale with your left hand, gently draw your right leg across your body, twisting gently into the spine here. So, as God's chosen people, we are to put on compassionate hearts, kindness, humility, meekness, patience, forgiveness, love, and peace. Inhale, gently unwind this twist. Left knee comes into your chest. Right leg extends out long onto the mat. Left arm comes to the mat. Right hand to the outside of the left knee. Exhale, draw that left knee across your body, twisting again into your spine. Compassion, kindness, humility, meekness, patience, forgiveness, love, peace, and thankfulness. Next, inhale, gently unwinds you again, pulling both knees in towards your chest, maybe rocking gently from side to side. And take one last inhale here, finding stillness. Exhale your legs long onto the mat, arms coming beside you on the mat, palms facing upward. Close your eyes. Allow your breath to become shallow. Put on then, as God's chosen ones, holy and beloved, compassionate hearts, kindness, humility, meekness, and patience, bearing with one another, and if one has a complaint against another, forgiving each other, as the Lord has forgiven you, so you also must forgive. And above all these, put on love, which binds everything together in perfect harmony. And let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, to which indeed you were called in one body. And be thankful. Thanks so much for joining me for this fun spinal flow. If you liked this flow, I would love for you to give it a thumbs up below. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, hit that bell icon below, and you'll be notified of every yoga, meditation, and wellness video that I post here on this channel. Thanks again for joining me, and until next time, keep moving and breathing and becoming everything that you were created to be.